The following program does not reflect the views of CKMS 100.3 Sound FM. And this is Covert Reality. You are listening to Chad Catherine speaking right now, and we are excited to be back on air again another week. This is September the 30th, 2016. I want to give a fast shout out to two things right off the bat. We are having a fundraising drive today up until October 6th, so we got 1 week for you to help us stay on the air and keep us going strong. We have this donation period every single year for 2 weeks, and we really need your help. We're running behind, so we need more donations. Our goal is to reach $3,000 by October the 6th. So far, what's raised is $737. If you would like to donate and you have the internet available to you right now, please do. Even $5, $50. You know, if you're got a little bit extra money and you feel giving, how about 500, 100, 20? You know, anything would be great. We need to see this go up a lot more. So I'm going to be spending time really pushing this fundraising drive today. At the same time, I'm going to be reading a real Ontario legislative document all about geoengineering and climate change and stuff. So that'll be interesting, and it's a very long document. But what I want to do is read through it, because it talks all about geoengineering programs and how they can be used, the dangers of them, they talk about how it could be used, and they keep bringing up how geoengineering may be used, and they're really lying, because geoengineering is already being used. So there's brand new documents from September 23rd, like this just last week, that it came out, Government of Ontario talking about geoengineering and ways we can fix this climate change, which is, they're already creating climate change by the geoengineering. And I guess I have three things to say. My heart is very, very strong today, not because we're being attacked by nefarious programs, and I say that not lightly. We are very much in a conundrum of sorts. But on the brighter side to my heart, and if I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my beautiful, darling mother, I want to say happy birthday to you, Mom. I love you so much. You were, maybe I shouldn't say your age today, you're 68. I love you so much. Happy birthday to you, Mom. I'm so glad that both of my sister and my mom's birthdays fell on broadcasting days, so I could actually announce it on radio. So happy birthday, Mom. I love you, and we will see you later this evening for a lovely dinner. So what I wanted to let everyone know is, if you want to donate right now to Sound FM, this is the only time during the year we spend 2 weeks really trying to push this donation drive to keep our station going. This covers bandwidth, it covers all of the, everything, all the expenses that would come to operating a fully operational radio station on FM. So we really need your help. So if you could go to the internet right now and punch in soundfm.ca /donate /. That's pretty easy to remember. soundfm.ca /donate /. These are front slashes. So soundfm.ca /donate /. Please send your donations in. I want to see this go from $737 up to something today during my broadcast. I'm going to be talking for the next 5 minutes on this funding drive. So before I get into the documents and talking about updates on geoengineering, I really have to get this out, because we are asking for even minimum donations of $50, and not for, like, you can donate whatever you want, $1, $5, but these are incentives that we have. And so we have, you can start a show. Oh no, wait, here we go. Okay, so what it is here is you can, if you pay $50, you donate $50 to our cause. you are eligible. You just can pick between a pair of tickets to a Kitchener Rangers game donated by Moses Bogart of Straight Outta the Pit Punk Rock Radio. Or, I like this one too, this is also great, you could host your very own 1-hour radio show, all training provided. That's a $50 incentive. If you would like to give a $25 donation, the incentive are $100 gift certificates to and courtesy of Denim Entertainment. There's 3 available. Kitchener Waterloo's professional DJ service, www.denimentertainment.com, if you want to find out more information on that. But if you'd like to donate to us, please. I will be saying this address quite a bit today. soundfm.ca/donate/. These are front slashes. So these are incentives. We also have a $20 incentive. And if you want to donate $20, you're eligible to choose either 3 song requests on air, a Sound FM official t-shirt in small, large, or XX large. I'd like one of those too. Wow. If I could find a way to get one of those, I will buy one and donate myself. That is great. I would love a shirt. I think I'm going to donate. I'll have to go to the bank. I will do that later in this week. I will donate $20. I wouldn't mind that myself. So there's even, for the $20 donation, the incentive is lots of incentives here. Gift certificate or t-shirt from Orange Monkey Music. There's 3 options there. This is the 4th one. Radio Waterloo membership sale. Or Old Goat Books has coupon for buy 1 book, get 1 free from Old Goat Books. There's 5 available. So, and here's another option. Ticket to Bingaman's Oktoberfest at Koolhaas for Friday, October 14th. And festival hat, 2 available. Courtesy of Jay Nijuis and Kitchener Waterloo Oktoberfest Incorporated. $30 for a pair. $36 for 2 tickets. There's 2 left. So, and then the final incentive for the $20 donation is an LCBO gift card, $20 value, donated by Carmelo of Street Hop, which airs every Thursday, 10 p.m. to midnight, brought during Mano a Mano. I want to say that, well, I guess I just said that last thing about Mano a Mano. He had taken in some donations of that gift, so that's good. So yeah, we are having a lot of different gift incentives here, which I think are great. I want to say thank you to all the sponsors. These are lovely gifts. Minimum donations of $10 are eligible to choose. There are 2. A Sound FM official bumper sticker. Now that's cool too. When you got a radio station that's pumping, an independent source of broadcasting that's free to speak what we feel is necessary, as long as it's creating perfect equilibrium across the planet. We need your donations to keep it going. Sorry to interrupt this $10 donation, but if you want to make a $10 donation, you can get one of those Sound FM official bumper stickers, or you can get a ticket to Student Night, Thursday, October 13th, Oktoberfest at Berlin Haus, hosted by Sound FM DJs. 2 tickets for $15. And $5, minimum donations of $5 are eligible to choose a Sound FM sticker, which is cool. I would like one of those. Maybe I'll pitch in 25 and get a shirt and sticker. Request a song also. So you can, with a $5 donation, these incentives you get along with the $5 donation. So again, please let us have some donations right now. We want to see this go. Like honestly, if you really feel like you want to keep hearing broadcasts that speak about issues that maybe be very important to keeping the society of fabric together, please fund us. We need your help, and we were even giving on-air pledges. So if you would like to pledge an on-air pledge, you can call the station. And this is one thing I always, for some reason, I'm just going to go to screensaver here. My Tablet notes, they're always great, those little tab notes you can put on the front page. I can actually find the phone number here. If you would like to call the station and give a pledge during this broadcast, please do. 519-884-CKMS or 884-2567. So CKMS is 2567. So again, it's 519-884-2567 if you'd like to call in and give a pledge during this broadcast of Covert Reality. That would be much appreciated. You know, you will hear the phone ringing on air, but that's the way it goes. So yeah, so that concludes the funding drive. And again, I'm going to call out the donation link, which is soundfm.ca/donate/. Please, please donate to us. It's only 2 weeks of the year we do this. September 26th it started. It is ending in 1 week on October the 6th. So we really need your donations. We can't stress it enough. Our goal is 3,000. We're taking anything at this point, and we do this every year, and it keeps things running smoothly. And it is still a tight budget, so we do rely on the $3,000 to be raised. And we're trying to get $25 an hour on an average, and we're falling behind on that. So we really need some magical wings and some angels out there to really help us. We got some great programs on 100.3 FM available for you 24 hours a day, and we want to keep this going for a while. So that would I'm going to be doing the same thing at the very end of the program, and so I'll be spending the end of the broadcast also talking about these donations for the station. We need them very badly, so please donate. Again, soundfm.ca/donate/. So soundfm.ca/donate/. If you want to give a pledge during my program, you can just give us a call here at 519-884-2567 or 884-CKMS, that is. So please, give us your pledges. We need them. October 6th is the deadline. You have 1 week to please donate. The incentives are great. I'll be listing the incentives off again at the end of the program. But now I want to actually get into the start of Covert Reality. Here we are on September 30th, 2016. We are in a very interesting time, like I say. And that's just me putting the guitar back in the case. What I wanted to say was this. We have so many things happening all at once right now. But this program, what I wanted to focus on, in the next month, starting today and October, I feel it's important to understand really the overall world issue of why it's going on, why geoengineering is happening, why we're being sprayed, why our sky today is totally filled with nanoparticulates. Because if anyone noticed this morning at about 5 or 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, there was the most amazing looking, massive, extremely low frequency signatures in the sky. Now, what they look like are big, massive sausage clouds that are like really far away from each other, but they're about the same size. They're exactly pretty much about the same width apart, but they span for the whole horizon in one spot, and you'll just see like this massive amount of frequency going on. The only way that they can do that is if they spray in the atmosphere. Okay, a regular cloud can't do that because it doesn't have the aluminum conducting agent in it. So they need to, so you look up in the sky today in Waterloo right now, you're going to look at a white blanket that's just sitting there in the sky. That was dispersed overnight. We are going to have interesting weather here happening in the next day. I will guarantee you there's going to be something outrageous. Either massive rainfall, we're either going to get just a massive wind, maybe a small earthquake, maybe a tornado. The reason why I'm saying this is because when you get frequency signatures at an extreme low frequency rate, which would mean this simply, extreme low frequency would bring the lines further apart on a frequency. A high frequency, like an extremely high frequency, would be closer together. The lines would be closer together in the sky. Today, you can actually see, if you look around the sky, if you're looking in the sky right now, you can actually see small little frequency areas in the sky right now. So they are directed somewhere. They're directed and activated somewhere. Right when you see the frequency active in the sky, it's actually active, heating or frequency manipulating an area. So this is, pretty interesting. But when we talk about what is actually in the substance of chemtrails and geoengineering that's being sprayed on us, it takes it to another level most people don't even want to talk about. But we have a beautiful billboard that just went up. And I say we because Bye Bye Blue Sky and the affiliates of Bye Bye Blue Sky are all in it for the same purpose. But we thank Suzanne Marr for her billboard campaign of Bye Bye Blue Sky, because it's really doing great effectiveness all over the continent. In the United States, we just have in Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia, Greg Palin, congressman, has got up a very controversial, what needs to be here. I'm not going to say controversial in a way to take away from it. This is reality, folks. We are living in a time where we need to wake up everybody to the onslaught of what's going on in our skies. We are being sprayed. That changes weather, and it makes weather derivatives for the stock market. People all over the world in the highest banking industries actually make money off of weather modification strategies. So we have to understand that this is what's going on. But there's another side of it that goes into our bodies, and it literally mutates and changes everything. And if you want to, maybe don't tune this broadcast off after I just said that, because you're going to want to hear more about this. You've heard of Lyme's disease. You've heard of maybe Morgellons disease. Now, these two diseases are very similar in nature. Well, not in nature at all. They're like anti-nature. These are invasive species, literally invading our system, our ecosystem, our bodies. And they really are trying to make it into like a transhumanist robotic future where everything that's saturated with this nanoparticulate will be able to read other elements that are also saturated in this nanoparticulate, like everything's alive and breathing, and be able to work with each other and identify everything around it. And it's really creepy. Like, it's really, really extremely creepy. And so those sides of it people try to stay away from. Now, what I have to make a very, very, very big statement on this broadcast, because we are literally in a time where people like myself, since 2006, it's 10 years now, that I've been woken up to the spraying of the atmosphere, and that I've actually brought my concerns to our administration in Cambridge. The Cambridge City Hall has done nothing but act absolutely guilty, like they're working along with the agenda, and they are, because when I try to bring information since 2006 on the spraying that's affecting our ecosystem and our bodies, it's been completely ignored for 10 years. I've been arrested 4 or 5 times with handcuffs and literally made to look like I'm dangerous when I'm just bringing information. So they literally act out the part to frame good people that are going into administration speaking about geoengineering. I actually got a note that said, if you can come here and use the Cambridge facility for business purposes, but you can no longer come here and speak about weather modification or chemtrails. I got a note saying that, right? And then I got that about like 2010, and then I tried to get a copy of that at one point in time, a couple of years ago, about a year ago, and I couldn't get a copy of it. They actually changed it entirely and said I couldn't even show up at City Hall anymore. Put it this way, they've been just arresting me and putting my picture up in the booth. So expect that when you're new to this and you're going to your City Hall, they're all told through the environmental planning departments to treat this issue as something that's out there, and if you're absolutely ridiculous, and you're on cloud 9 if you're a space to 10 if you're even talking about this. And that's the reaction you'll get when you go to City Halls. I need to warn you that. So anyone new to this, realizing we're being sprayed, which is going to be waking up everybody soon, there's no escaping it now. We have a massive Atlanta, Georgia Morgellons board that was put up there, a big digital display board. And we want to thank Greg Palin very much so for that board, and all the donators for all the boards are just as important. We all come together and we get those billboards up. And I got some great news to say right now. The billboard on Highway 6, Caledonia, is totally a go. It is going up. We are going to be having that beautiful, they're spraying Mohawk territory, established 1784, with Joseph Brant pointing to the sky with chemtrails behind him. And it's going to be located right outside of Caledonia, Highway 6. You're going to love it. And I think oh no, sorry, October 15th, I think is the day that we are going to solidify the contracts. I'm not quite sure when it'll go up, but I just want to say thank you very much for everybody for your help. We still need some help on that. So if you can go on Facebook, you can donate to the billboard campaigns by going to Bye Bye Blue Sky, or you can go online to www.byebyebluesky.com, and you can donate to many billboard campaigns there, and find out more about geoengineering there as well. All the top investigative people in the world are sharing information on that site, and there's all sorts of efforts all over the world as well. So yeah, so what I wanted to do was I want to read this document. It's very important because they're literally pretending that geoengineering hasn't been happening yet by treating people like myself and many others like they are making up this and they don't know what they're talking about. Well, we know what we're talking about. David Keith. David Keith, you're a professor from Calgary. You are also one of the biggest traders of the world. I will say this loud and proud because I can prove it. You, I understand, David Keith, are in a very, very interesting situation, because right now you're on full tilt going all over the world, in the States, well, I mean, this continent really, but this is where it's going to start from. He's making all sorts of round trips everywhere with his policies and these broadening university environmental initiatives. And it's getting sickening, David Keith, because David Keith is a professor from the University of Calgary, and he is trying to pretend that we're not being sprayed yet at all, but wants to educate the public all on geoengineering and how we can use this to stop global warming or climate change. Geoengineering has been causing climate change. So to use geoengineering strategies and then keep it from the public, and then, totally arrest people trying to warn the public, and then, pretending it's not happening, and then later on saying, oh, well, wait a minute, we can actually use it, that's really deceptive to the highest degree, and I'm just going to prove it to you right now. We have a September 2016 mandate letter. Again, anyone here that's listening to this program, you are listening to a program, one of a kind, in Canada, on an FM station, 100.3 FM, CKMS, Waterloo, and we are talking about geoengineering and spraying the atmosphere with nanoparticulates of aluminum, barium, strontium 90. The elements are dangerous. We are under attack. I'm trying to say it in a nice way. We really need to wake up to a lot of these things, because this is what's happening under our noses, and this is, I'm going to be possibly, I'll probably do a little bit of a break today, just a small little bit of a music break. But I'm gonna be reading, like, I could read this whole document, and I read the whole document last night, and I was surprised I did, because it's really, really long. So but I was really discouraged by what I was reading. I just couldn't even believe it, really. I got to make sure this is the right one, because this is one proposed by Kathleen Wynne, and they're talking about, they call it environment and climate change now, Premier's instructions to the Minister on priorities, and they're talking about here, all they ever talk about in this Ontario document, Minister of the Environment and Climate Change, the Honourable Glenn Murray. He's in Toronto, Ontario. The reason why I popped this up, if anybody wants to send a message to the Minister of the Environment and Climate Change, the Honourable Glenn Murray, please do. He's at 77 Wellesley Street West, 11th floor, Ferguson Block, Toronto, Ontario, M7A 2T5. And just send him a letter and let him know, look, we know we're being sprayed, right? And so I'm just going to have to go and find that there's another document here I'm looking for. I do apologize. I wanted to run right into what I was going to talk about there. And so we're going to find it. So I just want to read some titles of some news clips I like to actually take from the media up here. One here, Ontario Climate Change Strategy, a Frankenstein Monster. Okay, so, and then you get this exact same article in a totally different paper, with the exact same title, Ontario Climate Change Strategy, a Frankenstein Monster. Now this is, we're going to find out who this is here. So Okay, well, the Battleford's news optimists are not quite sure about that, but they're talking about it. We got, the Toronto Sun talking about it, but we have actually high scientists and military people that have already come out and spoken of this, like Clifford Carnicom and what would her name be from the U.S. Air Force, that Kristen Megan. Thank you, Kristen Megan. You were a hero, a patriot, an incredible lady. If anyone wants to check out some of her stuff, Kristen Megan. That's Meghan. Kristen Kristen, I think. So yeah, you can check her out. She's a U.S. Military veteran, and she's come clean talking about how the airplanes were fitted with different components that were dispersing the extra elements, and there were things on her inventory sheet at the border checkout that weren't running through as being something that was on the list, but there was extra stuff that was being brought in. Or I think that aluminum, strontium, barium, stuff like that was being brought in. She questioned what was going on, and then had found out that there was extra piping on one of the lines that were dispersal units. So she actually kind of used her heart and great patriot mechanism to counteract that and come clean and expose that a long time ago. So we appreciate that from her. But now I was reading something last night. Now I imagine this is a different document. I have a whole bunch of bookmark pages here. Okay, September mandate letter. Okay, home ICLEI. Okay, I'm going to actually, we're going to go here actually. This is what the main point of today's show is to give you some power to make a difference here. So all we're really asking you to do is to understand that when you spray the planet with geoengineering operations of nanoparticulates, it opens up a whole world of science and nanotechnology in the future. They're not telling us that it's being sprayed in our atmosphere, though. That's the thing. They're pretending that it's just some amazing scientific breakthrough. But if you want to actually just simply raise your opinion to these people that are literally making decisions for us, like they really are making decisions for us here on our future, and they're literally about the carbon taxation, the whole planet, hoping that no one knows they're spraying really to cause the climate change first. So we have what I want you to do is write this down. This is a Canadian office that I want you to write down, okay? And this is a company called ICLEI, and it's ICLEI. It's an initiative coalition, and they're setting policy for the rest of the world and behind our back. So it just says local governments for sustainability, and it's ICLEI, ICLEI. All I want you to do is write down ICLEI, and there's a contact us section on their website, and I'm going to give you it because I want you to either call this person or I would like you to email them. And I simply want you to do this because you can make a difference in this world simply by writing a letter or picking up your phone and just calling these places and saying, "Hi, I just wanted to know if if you guys know that the public knows that we're being sprayed upon with nanoparticulates, and we know it. So we need people to call in and say that. That's all we need, because ICLEI is the head organization that's bringing in Agenda 21, which is now Agenda 2030, and now Agenda 2050. So, it looks good when they have to keep pushing their dates back further. It means we're winning and we're pushing them back. They were a little too late to meet their Agenda 21 timing that was set back in the late 40s. And when the Agenda 21 came in right in 1950, 51, right around there is when this all started. Heat the ionosphere, we can do all this. We'll start a revolution, an industrial revolution, which was a military-industrial complex revolution. That's all it was. Everyone worked for the military economics and thought it was good and prosperous. But it was actually in 74, 1913 in the States, where their drain of their economy was unplugged. And in 74 was when our drain of our economy was unplugged by Pierre Trudeau, bringing in the private banking system. that opens up a lot of, a lot of opportunity for interest on the loans and to be nefarious in a banking way and to bring this country totally upside down over the years, to put it in a nutshell. So we have all these policies that are literally way off the mark, and I'm about to read some before I have to do the fundraising drive again for CKMS. What I wanted to go through was to explain to you guys that in this document, they're literally talking about geoengineering all the way through it. But sorry, first before I go to that, I want to give you this address. This is a Canadian office. Okay, 401 Richmond Street West, Studio 204, Toronto, Ontario, M5V3A8. Okay, so this is ICLEI, I-C-L-E-I, 401 Richmond Street West, Studio 204. All you have to do is write down, we know we're being sprayed by nanoparticulates and geoengineering operations. Please come clean to the public or you'll be held accountable. Something like that is fine. If you want to make a phone call, please do. It is 1-647-728-4308. Okay? If you want to write an email, ICLEI-Canada and at ICLEI.org. So it's ICLEI in small letters, lowercase, dash Canada at ICLEI.org. ICLEI. So it's ICLEI-Canada at ICLEI.org. Please send your emails or call that office. Write this number down. Whenever you have the time and you see that they're spraying and it bothers you enough, this is the phone number you need to call. I will be giving other phone numbers on other broadcasts. We're going to want to do this one at a time. I notice if I give too many numbers out, it gets too nutty. But so 1-647-728-4308 is the number to literally call ICLEI. This is Agenda 21. This is the front offices that are relying on you to not know that we're being sprayed so they can carbon taxation the planet. That couldn't be, it couldn't be easier said. Well, probably, maybe it could be. But so what I wanted to find here, there's a document here that I read last night. It was an hour. It took about a little bit more than an hour. But they went through the whole document talking about geoengineering and the risks and all these different things, talking all about, moral hazards and because they're saying that, well, if we don't act, that's a moral hazard. If we don't act on saving the planet. Listen, we can save the planet. We have to stop abusing the planet. So stop spraying, please. The Canadian Army, stop spraying our planet. NASA, stop spraying the planet. You guys have technology you're using against the public and the populace. And you're dousing us on a regular basis for 10 years now. And I don't want to see this country totally pretend this is not happening. And then bringing about a carbon taxation plan for the world when it'll make Canada look like the biggest idiot country in the world. We will be the biggest enemy on the planet. And I will guarantee you that. We will lose. Canada has had so much. We will lose all of it. All of the respect that Canada has built up over the years almost seems like almost a trap almost. Bring all the good people here and then set them in this policy that sets them into non-freedom at all. It's a really sick game you're playing. And Canada is supposedly the country that's supposed to bring it to the world stage. I'm telling you, we need to stop this. You people that are in the industry of insurance fraud, insurance companies that are environmental insurance companies, Intact Insurance in Waterloo here, they are set up ready for wind to blow our roofs off or floods to come in, so they can literally insure the whole area and make a killing. Okay, so this is what's going on right now. And I guess the big boys are just having fun right now, making money off of this big toy they have. It's going to stop, okay? There's going to be an era of time where we're going to look at this and think that we really let things kind of get out of hand, didn't we? Wow, we weren't really looking at the steering wheel at all, were we? Holy moly. Honestly, that really blows me away. So So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read a little bit of this. You know, I might even have to do this another time because I'm having a hard time finding it. And that is not good. I do apologize for that. I mean, I have all of these links here. And it's interesting how, you know, there's so many different people talking about things. Okay, here we go. Here's a Financial Post document. Financial Post. Terence Corcoran, the economic fraud of Ontario's carbon pricing. There you go. That's Financial Post. June 8th this year, 2016. Okay. The Kathleen Wynne initiative there for September 23rd, 2016 was just a bunch of the same rhetoric saying we have to change our ways and impose climate taxation or carbon taxation. These guys are really heading for, like, Hillary Clinton. You know, I don't know, there's a lot of different things going on in the world where George Soros and Tides Foundation and the Clinton Foundation, these guys like literally fund chaos and war. And so we need to identify these organizations, then we can know where the money's going, then we can stop it. So that's what we need to do. That's what we definitely need to do. So I'm going to look again to try to find this this document, because I thought it was really revealing, and I thought for sure it was at Ontario. Is this it here? Okay. Again, you know, I read this document like crazy. I couldn't believe what was going on. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to read the document, the whole thing. It takes an hour to read. But it does say it's an Ontario document. I will list it next week. I will make sure I find it again, and I will bring it up on the air next week, unless I still find it today. But I want to go through some other headlines here. York Media Relations. Now this is a media relation, York. This is Toronto. Climate change, species invasions harming popular native fish in Ontario Lake. This is a document from New York, okay, talking about Toronto. And this is the media contact is York University Media Relations. Oh no, this is Toronto. Sorry, it is Toronto. I'm sorry, I was thinking it was New York. This is Toronto. And they're talking about the Great Lakes and, you know, our invasive species. And, you know, just fish die-offs, all sorts of different things happening to our biodiversity, the biometrics of our world is totally, you know, the biometrics, fingerprint scan. There's so many like things turned into where we're being. It's all it is this. There's all these confusing words, all of these, you know, scientific words that are thrown into place, but all it is, I find, is just deception, every corner. When they're talking about Great Lakes, you know, having a hard time with their fish die-offs and what's going on with their species die-off, well, it's geoengineering, okay? That's what it is. When they heat the ionosphere, or they heat the water or the ground, or they put a frequency in it, it affects the life in the water. It's as simple as that. The same heat technology causes even crop circles too. Okay, it's a microwave heat. They can turn it up. They got the cell towers going on. Oh yeah, actually, I want to say thank you and congratulations, because we got great news. Talk about making sure a cell tower doesn't get put up. There was a Brown subdivision near Berry Lake, North Dumfries Township, just won, unanimously voted to not have a cell tower put up in their area. There was a meeting put together talking about the dangers of radiation coming from the towers, and it stopped the development. My mom lives in that area, so I want to say congratulations to you, Mom. Happy birthday. That's a great birthday gift right there. You know, she was out there at the meeting, and she had brought some Bye Bye Blue Sky paraphernalia there that shows cell tower frequency manipulation and information on the spraying of the atmosphere and how the towers work together with the particulate. So, you know, that's really how it works. And so I'm gonna look again. I want to look again for this document, but that's great, isn't it? North Dumfries Township they tried for years to weasel a cell tower into the public, but these cell towers cause microwave heat. All sorts of different things happen. So. And it really does happen, folks. You're really going to have to look at it. I mean, I know that this challenges a lot of people's ideologies. I get it. I get it. You know, there's so much going on here I find very
you know, it's hard to keep up. I understand. Here's a interesting thing here called Friends of the Earth. They say donate now, climate change here and now. This is a scam, folks. Friends of the Earth is a scam. Friends of the Earth are, you know, just a site that's trying to get people to donate. And to donate to what? They're saying that you pay money and it'll help us fix the climate. It's a fraud. Anyone that's asking for money to fix the climate, they're playing a fraudulent game, okay? So we shouldn't listen to them. They should just forget it. They should really just forget it and move on, because we really need to just kind of not think that the public is totally stupid, because it's not totally stupid. You know, we're waking up, and when people wake up, they find out they've been taken advantage of. You better watch out. I'm not saying there's going to be civil war. I'm just saying you better watch out. When goodness gets ticked off, we handle ourselves better, but it's more direct. We're way more intense, and we, you know, when we find out a bully on the streets causing all sorts of problems, we definitely should do something about it. You know, and if we don't, we're really just allowing it all to happen. So when you know what's going on, join us, be a part of us. Go to byebyebluesky.com, donate to the billboard campaigns. I'm trying to keep that light today because we are having a funding drive at the station here. CKMS has a funding drive every year, and it's almost over next week. October 6th is our last day. We run it 2 weeks of the year, and we want to definitely get some donations in. So I will be going over that in just a minute to finalize the show. But what I want to do is still try to find this document, because I was reading it last night and I did save it. I have a really long bookmarks list, so I really apologize about that. Okay, so maybe I will, where is this one? It's really interesting. I gotta find it, because it took so long for me to, here it is. Oh my, I found it. Okay, so this is interesting, this document. It's a PDF file, no wonder I couldn't find it. So I read through this whole thing. Yeah, this is a New York one. New York University Environmental Law Journal. And it talks about all sorts of stuff about geoengineering in it. So I'm so glad I found this now. I'm just gonna skim through this and find something to prove to you that they're talking about geoengineering. Here we go, okay, page 81, geoengineering deployment. This is just to prove to you that the law journals are talking about this already, but they want to pretend you don't know that this is happening. Here we go. It seeks to ensure a minimum planetary resource base for each generation as enjoyed by its ancestors. From an alternative perspective, it preserves the largest possible range of options for future generations, thereby protecting their freedom of choice. Intergenerational justice also addresses the sharing of harms and benefits across generations. It is similar in concept to notions of trusteeship, stewardship, and tenancy, which require the conservation of assets so they are available for future groups, future generations. Okay, it said, as used in this principle is usually understood broadly so to include all unborn persons in the future without limitation. Furthermore, intergenerational equity recognizes an obligation to future generations regardless of the specific preferences or even the identities of these future individuals. Environmental prescriptions have incorporated intergenerational concerns since the 70s. The 72 Stockholm Declaration preamble, for instance, identifies a goal of defending and improving the environment for present and future generations. Additional contemporaneous expressions of concern for future generations were included in the 72 London Ocean Dumping Convention, the 72 World Cultural and Natural Heritage Convention, the 73 Endangered Species Convention, and the 74 Charter of Economic Rights and Duties of States. Now, I know that might have sounded really boring, but I want to let you know what that meant. What they were saying there is that there's a risk factor into deploying geoengineering. And the title of this is Geoengineering Deployment, by the way, okay? So here, geoengineering, the concepts fit is less than perfect. A moral hazard contemplates the existence of two parties with diverging interests. Okay, and I'm going to explain this. I have to now because, well, no, I'm going to read this and I'll explain it. Specifically, one party consensually accepts risk transferred from the other party. Geoengineering, on the other hand, involves multiple parties. All of human society, it says in brackets. spread over time, multiple generations, it even says, with no opportunity to consent. No opportunity to consent. Consequently, a concept related to moral hazard, that's David Keith's favorite word, you know, it's more like a moral hazard. He even said this, well, it's not like, it's kind of like free riding on our grandkids. It's not like, you know, we know the implementations may be hazardous. Listen, folks, they're already spraying us with this geoengineering operation. They already are. The New York University Environmental Law Journal is talking about geoengineering. I'm just reading it to you. I'll read it again. Like, I mean, this is the thing. Geoengineering causes, like, for instance, if I know about geoengineering and I can understand the benefits of it because I'm a big jerk and I run a city or a country, I can play with my neighboring countries and literally play weather wars to make money. And that's all they're doing here. So really, they're just saying, so if weather modification happens where a flood happens and one country benefits because they get more rain and they get more growth and more sun, and another country gets flooded, that's what they're talking about here. That consequently, a concept related to moral hazard that may apply better to this context is risk compensation. This theory predicts that measures designed to reduce risk actually prompt more risky behaviors. Because, okay, I'm going to talk about risky behaviors. David Keith, what you're doing is a risky behavior. I'll go on. Because affected parties choose to maintain their same level of risk. These are people that are actually playing a big game of play God with our weather here. Examples of this shift in behavior occur when people use seatbelts. Wow, see, this is where the mind control comes in. Protective sports equipment, condoms, hypertension drugs. See, they're trying to say here that, well, you know, people that know for safety, if you don't want to get hurt, you'll put your seatbelt on. They're trying to say, oh, if you don't want the climate to get crazy, well, then you don't want to not geoengineer the planet. If geoengineering is already being sprayed and it's causing the hot weather and the extreme weather and the rain and the diseases and the soil depletion and everything and the Morgellons and the Lyme's disease and the neurological diseases and the Alzheimer's and the autism and the respiratory illnesses, and what else is there? Every neurological disease is affected by this nanoparticulate. And I want to say to the University of Waterloo, how dare you have nanotechnology courses and lie to your public and the environmental deans of the environment sector, lying to everybody, keeping this spraying onslaught hidden. I want to say, you guys better change your course, or there's going to be, like, seriously, you're not going to win, okay? Instead, we'll have a civil war, the military will take over things, and then maybe you'll have your way anyway. But really, the UN supposedly is taking over the internet October 1st. That's tomorrow. Tomorrow, the UN is supposedly taking over the internet. Now, a lot of us think that could change things, and a lot of us think maybe it won't. But with the UN coming in, when the elections are kind of wrapping up very mysteriously, there's a lot of interesting things happening right now. They're talking about that, you know, there's a big takeover of UN. And that's where I want to bring in next week's guest, because next week we're going to have a guest on, and it's a little bit of a shift from what we're talking about, but it's just as important. What allows these fabrics of deception are simple takeovers of country and land. And we're going to have Martin McDermott on Covert Reality 100.3 FM next Friday, and he's an inventor. He lives in Brantford. He knows very much about the Mohawk land registry and the history of the Haldeman Proclamation, the Haldeman Tract that we are all on right now. He is going to be on because you're going to love this, folks. He actually has invented a wind perpetual power capability, wireless Wi-Fi, and he's going to be having that run on the Haldeman along with its own banking strategy system, so if the power all goes down, we'll still have power and our own banking. And maybe I'll let him talk about it. I don't want to say the name of this system yet, but it's being developed, and investors are being questioned right now. Maybe I shouldn't talk about this, but until next week. But we're going to have Martin McDermott on, and he wants to suggest to the public that we are, heading to interesting times, and there's inventors out there that want to make sure that if the power does go out for any reason at all, that we'll be standing strong in the end on the Haldeman tract here, and we'll have power and banking due to a wind perpetual power Wi-Fi system. Now, this guy is like a Tesla type person. He's very overwhelmingly intelligent. It's like he's almost an alien. You're gonna, and I don't mean that in a bad way, he's a very great guy. I'll be excited to have, we are gonna be excited to have him on the air next week. That's Martin McDermott. You're gonna wanna check that broadcast out. If you live on the Haldeman tract here, you're gonna wanna know, you're interested about the power going out possibly one day and us being okay here and having our own grid to not have to worry about that. You're gonna wanna listen in next week. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finalize my geoengineering program right now, and I apologize to my listeners that I'm stopping it right now on the geoengineering subject, but I will give out the lovely Suzanne Marr's website address, www.byebyebluesky.com. We need your donations. We are winning this fight. We are exposing geoengineering, and we're going to keep doing it until it stops. And all the people that are having a hard time believing this subject exists, you're going to have to pick it up a bit and join your brothers and sisters. We are here to hug you and give you the most comfort we possibly can. We didn't have that help when we were finding out about this 10 years ago and 5 years ago even, but there's enough people woken up now where we can blanket and comfort everybody. Okay, so here we go, folks. I need to seriously ask you a big favor. This is CKMS 100.3 FM. You're listening to Covert Reality. If you want to hear this program being played more and more and more, along with all the absolutely incredible programs on the station, I'm very proud to be a part of, to be a broadcaster on the station. I have to say, I'd like to get along with everybody under the two-row wampum ideology, and I just want to say thank you to everybody for joining in the fight. But we need to definitely get your donations in to this station, and I will be spending the next 8 minutes of broadcast talking about ways that you can donate to Sound FM. And so far we've, I'm trying to get this, we're trying to get this bar up. We need to raise $3,000 by next week. October 6th is the final day. We are having our one time a year donation drive. It's the Friends of Sound FM funding drive. And if you would like to donate, please do. soundfm.ca/donate. Please donate to us. Please, please, please. Even if you're sitting there making a sandwich right now going, oh, I don't got no time to donate, I want you to donate, for crying out loud. I want you to write down this address, soundfm.ca/donate. We are looking to reach $3,000. We're at $737 right now. We only have a week to get that goal. Please help us. Please. Even if you can't do it, please do it anyway. Just do it. Please donate. I'm not trying to be, we really depend on you. It's an independent radio station. It's literally, we fund this ourselves. We carry this on ourselves. This is an independent venture here that we need your donation once a year, and this is the time to donate to our station. Please, soundfm.ca, donate. We're looking for any donation. Please, we're encouraging as much as we can possibly get, and it's not so we can go out and have trips in Honolulu. This is so we can actually keep the bandwidth, the station property, everything. We're doing, there's lots of upgrades that need to be done, but we are growing, and we need to keep growing. So the incentives for you, if you would like to donate, we have incentives. So it's not that you're just giving money. The incentives are this: you get something out of the money you donate. For instance, if you donate $50, you get a pair of tickets to Kitchener Rangers game donated by Moses Bogart, straight out of the Pit Punk Rock Radio. Or you can, for a $50 donation, you are eligible to host a 1-hour radio show, all training provided. So you're eligible to choose between one of those two for $50 donation. $25 donation, you will get a $100 gift certificate to and courtesy of Denim Entertainment, 3 available, Kitchener-Waterloo's professional DJ service, www.denimentertainment.com. Now we have a minimum donations of $20 are eligible to choose. You get request of 3 songs, or Sound FM official t-shirt, small, large, or extra large. I love that. I want one of those shirts. Gift certificate or t-shirt from Orange Monkey Music. That's even a great product there. Radio Waterloo membership sale, or a coupon for buy one book, get one free from Old Goat Books. There's 5 available. Ticket to Binghamton's Oktoberfest at Koolhaas for Friday, October 14th. And the festival hat. There's 2 of those hats available, courtesy of Jay Nijhuis. I'm hoping I get that right. And Kitchener-Waterloo Oktoberfest Incorporated. $30 for a pair, $36, and there's 2 tickets left. Not quite sure what that means, but if you would like that, please, you can call in the station right now at, I get the phone number here is 1519-884-CKMS or 884-2567, and you can call in with a pledge. You can pledge anything you would like to. I can write it down, and hopefully you will find the time to donate that pledge. So those are incentives for 20. I'm almost done here to conclude the broadcast for today. Minimum donations of $10. If you want to donate $10 to our yearly funding drive, that's what's going on here. We need it. We only do this once a year, and we're definitely kind of sliding behind a bit compared to other years. So we really want you to donate. Again, soundfm.ca/donate. We really need your donation. If you want to donate $10, you will get either a Sound FM official bumper sticker. This is of your choice. Or a ticket to Student Night, Thursday, October 13th, Oktoberfest at Berlin Haus, hosted by Sound FM DJs. 2 tickets for $15. Minimum donations of $5. If you want to just donate $5, even $1 is awesome. We don't have any incentives for $1, but we do have for $5. Minimum donations of $5 are eligible to choose a Sound FM sticker, or, which I want that Sound FM sticker, or a request a song here at Sound FM. So those are all the incentives. Please, please, we need your donation into the station at CKMS 100.3 FM. The address for that is soundfm.ca/donate. And I don't want to hear you saying, no, I don't know if I can do that today, because we need you to do it today. We need you to do it before October 6th, and we are calling out for everyone to reach into their goodness of their hearts and to embrace independent media, to embrace it, because the mainstream media is being ripped apart, and we're doing a fine job at it. So I'm glad to be a part of this this time and this era we're in, and because when it comes down to it, we have the choice to make where we can look at things and realize that there's a person behind everything that's here. There's a reason for it. We find the people that control it. We can talk to them. We can negotiate. We have to wake the public up too, though. We care about all of you people. All of you people that might look at us like this geoengineering chemtrail episode is something that's just an episode. Well, no, it's really happening. We really need you to step out and be a part of us. You have a lot of support. So if you would like to, get on board with the exposure of geoengineering and learning about it, we need you to please look in the sky, notice the jets that are leaving the lines. At least be familiar with that, and write to your city administration. Just call your city hall environmental department, and seriously just say, look, I know we're being sprayed. You guys are pretending it's not happening, but I'm just making a record of it. Be appreciative if you could do that. And again, finally, I want to say thank you to all of my listeners for being there for me and giving me encouragement. And I want to thank my friends and my family for the support as well, and everyone here at CKMS. I appreciate it. If you'd like to donate to this station, please do. You have till October 6th, and that's soundfm.ca/donate. And until next week, this is Covert Reality and Chad Kazrin, and have a great weekend.